Awesome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Happy
And happy
Friday,
November.
Latanya.
Ladanya.
Madonna, you got me mixed up when you said Happy November. I threw the other end in there.
You made a Russian.
We are in November. Dang, this year is almost over. It just started. Don't we keep saying it every year?
The older you get, the faster they go. Old head was just telling me that. And I say
Because we
old head.
always
And he was
working
like, nah.
for nothing.
Yeah. As I say that, as tomorrow is my last day off in November.
Oh,
My only day off in November.
that's so sad.
Wah,
Well, what are we talking about this week? How was your week anyway? Let's start off like that. Let's check in. That's what people do now. We check in with people and
Don't say
see
that,
how
'cause they
they're
make me
doing.
do that at work,
Don't
too.
they do that?
Yeah, I
Like
don't
this.
like
Let's
that.
first let everyone check in. And let's just see
I'm
how
like, ain't we
everyone.
here to
Why
work?
are we here? Yeah.
Ain't we here to work? Let's get to work.
Why you need to know how I'm feeling? I left
I
it
feel
at
like
the door.
getting the work done so I can go home. I pick my feelings
Yeah.
up when I leave. Yeah.
But you're supposed to leave the stuff at the door because it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
But check in with me.
Yeah, I went to work this week and I did work stuff and it was annoying and tiring and my back is on fire and a lot of pain. But other than that, we're good. Friday night, so we got a show and I'm off tomorrow, so I can sleep so my back don't hurt no more.
There's a plus.
That's,
And all the misery. No.
yes, and how was your week?
Oh, corporate life is just not for me. I want to go. Give me the countryside, honey. I love you, but give me the countryside. Look, honey, I love you. Just give me Park Avenue. I don't want the Park Avenue no more. Give me the countryside. It's work. Same BS that you gotta go through every week and every day. You gotta check people. Why do people keep trying to come for me? And they know they're gonna get their feelings hurt. And then they get their feelings hurt. And then they just get all scary.
Everybody wants to be the one to check you if you've been running around checking people.
But they keep coming at me. You speak to people in a pleasant professional tone, and you get the pleasant professional person. But if you don't, then you're going to get a professionally kind verbal ass whooping.
Yeah, we was in the manager's office today having a completely inappropriate conversation like that. You know? And I looked around. I said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going home, y'all, because this conversation's out of hand. All my training says we should not be talking about any of the things we're talking about."
Oh, I miss working in offices like that. Makes the day go by faster.
I know, and that's why we was all sitting in there doing it. No, I enjoy them as much as they enjoy me.
Yeah, see? Stop being a grump. Go look at the list and see what we talk about this week. I just wrote a lot of stuff down, and I didn't really make much sense of it. Oh, that's not it.
Let's say Denny's again.
Huh?
Let's say Denny's again.
Denny's again. Oh, Denny's being racist again. Go Denny's. Go Denny's. Keep it up. You haven't stopped. You've been racist for so long.
From the beginning, because I remember it was in the 80s, right, when we was hearing about the stuff about how they was treating. I know I was a little kid.
I know
I was a little kid, and I remember watching on the news, and I remember big protests and all of that, and Denny's apologizing to black people. But then I can remember going to Denny's and always feeling like I was sat in the corner, and same way I feel when I go to Cracker Barrel, and I kind of like the food at Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel food is really good. Those biscuits are really good. Gravy is good. The pancakes are good.
And I know you don't eat meat, especially not pork, but that I like the gravy,
chips and something.
I like that white gravy.
Yeah, the chip beef, chip pork.
That's not the same thing.
Something.
Chip beef is not pork. It's just chip beef.
Oh, I don't know, man. It looked the same in the gravy, right?
It is. It's actually is pretty much the same gravy except without the sausage, without the pork sausage in it. But the pork sausage, that grease gives it a different flavor.
All right, same thing though.
Real close. Chipped. Like a bechamel. That's basically what it is.
I don't know what that is either. Is it chipped? Is it chipped? No? Well, then it's not the same.
All right. It's crumbled. It's sausage. It's not chipped.
It's chipped beef right in the gravy. They put the same thing like the pork in the gravy, so it's
So
the same.
It's not the same because it don't.
Did you say bechamel?
Basically, it's not quite.
It's not
yes.
chipped, so it's not the same. Two things different. They don't belong together. All right, go on to the list. I keep trying to get you off the subject so you can go on to the list and show your intelligence.
It's not the same. It's similar.
All right, so what we talking about? You said we talk about the
all right
Denny's. Well, Denny's. My mom worked at Denny's. I remember my dad was having to go up there because somebody was being racist towards her, and then he told her she can't work there anymore. And that's in Pennsylvania. My sister up at her school at IUP, they had a lawsuit at Denny's.
That's where my daughter goes.
Because of racism. It shouldn't, like, you know how you hear stuff and you be like, oh yeah, it exists. But then when you know me people, not one person, two people that's really close to you that experience that. Cream chip beef. LaDonna, because you said it, I'll trust you. Can't trust this guy. He doesn't know his beefs from his porks. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You the one who never mind. I don't even want to say.
I don't know. I don't eat meat. It's the same thing.
There you go.
Your carrots from your peas is the same thing. So
Carrots and peas are not the same thing.
They're vegetables.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. All right. Denny's, I know you're not going to do better, but people who go there, stop going.
Stop
if
expecting.
not, you expect good service. Duh. That's what they're known for.
It's like when you know an old racist guy. He's going to stay an old racist guy until he dies.
Yeah, you can't be like, hey, ooh, he called me the N-word. Yeah.
You knew it was coming. Why you walk by there?
Yep. Stop going places and expecting people to. That's really rude and entitled to go into somebody else's environment and expect them to change for you. Leave these people alone. If they want to be
literally,
leave them
alone. Just stop. Don't patronize their business.
Well, are we live? I don't know if we live. We might be live. If not, well, we are.
We have to be live.
I don't know where we live at though.
But she's reacting to us.
I know. I just whatever.
She ain't in the room with us.
I know. All right, but Denny, stop. Do your thing, Denny's. Your bed and breakfast brunch. What is it? Early bird special.
Grand
slamming. Don't you push through that door, Kat. I'm gonna put you back in that room.
Streaming on Hulu.
What the heck? Oh my gosh, that's weird. I don't know. Oh, that was so weird. Y'all don't listen up today, huh? That was scared me a little bit. If you wasn't here, then I would have been super scared. My daughter does this thing where she has like an Alexa kind of thing. Why is all the contraptions just going crazy now? Oh, Denny's, you got me. You hacked into all my stuff. But she cuts on her Alexa or whatever when she's going so she can scare me. She's a dimwit. So yeah, let's go on to let's talk about this. We'll come back to this. Talk about this. I'm about to beat this cat's butt. This social worker.
I heard about that.
Did you hear about that? What is going on with these teachers and social workers and women's?
Adults.
I know the men's be doing it, but the women's, come on, women's, you can't be.
Can we call them what they are though?
Predators, pedophiles. I gotta go beat a cat real quick. I'm not gonna beat the cat. Nobody call anybody on me.
He making a mad face at her too. Like I want to come in. Womp. Yeah. She was sleeping with a 13-year-old boy. She was supposed to be helping. Like that don't make sense. And I think like she was mad when they told her she couldn't see him no more. So it was just a crazy story. Another one of them crazy stories with crazy people doing crazy things. They ain't got no business. Because like my grandma said, it's the end of times. It's all about to come to an end because everybody's out of control everywhere. It smells like biscuits in here now. I want a biscuit. As soon as she opened that door, it started smelling like biscuits. Oh, because you got a biscuit. I'm like, I'm up here telling everybody I smell biscuits. I'm like, why do I smell biscuits?
I forgot I had my biscuits in here. And so
I'm like, she opened that door and I started smelling biscuits.
I made some biscuits. Well, the Pillsbury people made them. I just heated them up. So, where you leave off about the pedophilia lady?
Oh, I said it's the end of times.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to touch the children. They already done touched the ladies. Now you're touching children.
I think they were doing it all the time. It's just the internet is here. So now everything is just out in the
It's
open.
just out in the open. So everybody, and then once you put it out in the open, more people feel free to do it.
Yeah.
And
more people can condone it. You can read in the comments till you find somebody who agree with what you say.
Yeah. So
burn yourself.
Yeah. I'm trying to play it all. I said, oh, that hurt. That hurt so much. I don't think my nerves are there anymore. But so she got locked up. You told them how she got locked up? And she had like an $90,000 bond. She bonded out, and then she went to the people's house. And was
was trying to see the boy. That's what it was. Yeah, I know it was something crazy.
To, put it with a gun, saying that they ruined her life and all that other stuff. Yeah. She back in jail again. They better not give her another bond, and they better not give her a cuckoo time. She just nasty. But she was still young, but not that young. So what is a 13-year-old boy? A 13-year-old boy for a 24-year-old woman.
You know how women constantly complain about men now? I think they like, I can get one and mold it.
They probably do. But it's a kid.
And they think men are doing the same thing. So they're like, I'm going to do the same thing. You know, they always want to do whatever they see men do. And they're like, all right, if that's what men running around doing, that's what we got to do now.
That's a child. That's a wee baby. A wee baby. You sick in your head if you touch these little babies. He's not a man. And they so dumb. Men, when they get older, they're not that much brighter anyway. So imagine how they are at 13. Oh, and LaDonna or anybody making comments, I don't have a contact on this side, so I'm not going to see it unless I go like this. Then I'm going like that.
Wow.
Ed can see him though. All right.
Oh, wow. You might as well put an eye patch on.
I know. So this eye go like, woo. No, this ain't the eye to do that. That's this eye. So I had to put it in the weak eye. This is the strong guy. All right. So electric cars. Biden proposed that they wanted to have electric cars over, I think they wanted to have over 67% or more electric cars on the road by 2030.
But Biden was born in the 1800s. He thinks 2030 is a long, long time from now. He does not
believe me. That man is not alive.
He doesn't realize how close that is.
Yeah, you're like, it's like,
wait, 20. He said we'll all be dead by then. Yeah, he's outside that. Jack.
So
I put my giant Hancock on it. Jack.
He probably was at the little jazz club and stuff, going up there in the Harlem and stuff, or going there in Philly. And because he's from Delaware, Philly, and coming down to the black neighborhoods, trying to be all jazzy and stuff.
And then going back to right to
crime.
Going
right back to you.
Like, ooh, I don't like what they doing down there. I like the music, but
there's a lot we can get rid of.
Yep.
But so you made me think about that poor deceased man. I'm
telling you, it's Weekend in Bernie's. The Secret Service just playing music behind him.
The music. He
and
got
when
like
the music stops,
or something in
he falls over
every time. So electric cars, the guy Ford, or I'm trying to think of the symbol. It wasn't Ford. It wasn't Nissan. Is the other people? Our people Ford, Chrysler. I don't know. One of the presidents of the company who happens to be part of the commission to make these electric cars is basically saying it's not going to happen anytime soon because there's too many people in America that's not getting rid of their cars.
That's not going to buy. I was going to say that. That's not going to buy a new car. No, but that's not going to buy a new car anyway right away. Like at this point, like people were not buying cars at the same rate we used to. Because the prices have all gone up so much, it's like, ooh,
but even
buy a car, put a down payment on a house.
But even them offering these electric cars because they're giving people discounts. Most Americans want a real car. I'm not saying electric cars aren't real cars, but most Americans don't trust that
Well,
a computer's
The
going to be.
infrastructure isn't built for it.
Yes,
yet.
that's the other thing. We don't have it. We're not even close
To
to
have
having
an
the infrastructure built for electric car lanes and
or not lanes, but as much as now I'm not even talking about the self-driving and shit like that. Because you're gonna need lanes for that shit. I promise you. But like,
I burnt this.
I'm talking about like,
crunchy.
yeah, I'm looking at it
Yeah.
because I was gonna ask you for some because it smelled real good, but I'm looking at it like
good. It just smells
I'm
good.
like that biscuit look like a hockey puck.
It's like
And
a
she eating it.
biscotti.
She dipping it in butter and that shit. Like, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I hear it. That biscuit is extra
I
crunchy.
forgot about them. That was good earlier when I made them. But go ahead, what you were saying?
I don't remember.
I knew you forgot what you were saying about the cars and saying the infrastructure.
Oh yeah, the infrastructure ain't there. Like I was seeing somewhere like where it was 11 something at night. It was just on my TikTok earlier today. It was 11 something at night, and the boy was driving. He was like, "Got an electric car?" He said, well, "Look, all the chargers full," and then it was a line wrapped all the way around the mall.
Can't go
People
anywhere.
just waiting to charge their car because they don't have the chargers at home. Everybody can't have a charger at home. Like if you live on a row home, like unless you run an electric cord out your house or putting a big thing in front of your house.
A big thing at the house, and some people are doing that.
And then if you live in a row home, what if somebody take your parking space? You stuck, you can't even charge your car. You got to park around the corner.
Yeah, I put a chair outside.
Or they out there charging their car at your house.
Yeah.
Because you just got it sitting out there and everybody got an electric car now, so they just plug up.
And it takes a long time for it to charge up. It'll charge up for a while, but it takes a long time for it to charge up.
Because you can't overheat those batteries, otherwise they'll blow up.
Because they'll blow up. And the other thing is I saw some comedian podcast and he was saying that luckily it was under the warranty, but his engine blew up or something. And if he had to get, it would have been like $20,000 for him to get a new engine or something, or some component. And I was like, well, damn. So,
if you blow an engine in any car, it's probably going to cost you
a lot. It wasn't an engine though. It was something that it was like a computer chip board. So I guess that's the engine equivalent. But most Americans still want to put gas in their cars. Like we got to remember, we have middle America. They're not getting those people don't have the concept of electricity. For real. Let alone, I mean, like I'm talking about as a whole. Not every person lives in the Midwest don't know what electricity is. But if you calculated everybody in the Midwest.
No, a lot of that space is empty.
No, I mean, you just take that for these Midwest people. Go talk to them. And you know, I'm not talking about everybody.
I know I ain't allowed there. I'm supposed to fly over the Midwest.
Yeah.
I can stop in Chicago, Detroit, if I want. But like other than that, I got.
Well, a lot of people still want regular gas cars. And certain cars, unless they find a way to do like a lot of diesel type cars with electricity and make it a decent car and still be able to make the same power, same sound and everything.
Yeah. Well, the sound, they can pipe that in because BMW's already doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just making fake sound come out the stereo, making your engine sound like, oh, this engine sound. You get outside the car, you be like, what? This car quiet as hell. No, they pumping that shit into the speakers.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, so I don't think I know they do have electric cars that flying cars now. They have
I seen the boy riding the drones.
So expensive. It's not so expensive because if you can spend $1 million on a car, then you can buy one of those.
There are some cars that cost more than
$1 million. Yes, I'm saying it's cars that cost more than that. But they exist.
You ain't going to drive them. You shouldn't anyway. They tend to be more investments than automobiles worth driving.
Why did I have this down here? I think I was supposed to look at it more. No Labels. Oh, No Labels is a nonprofit for the government. You be looking at political stuff.
Sometimes.
So basically, it's from what I understand, Nancy Pelosi is against it because it's a nonprofit group that's advocating for no kind of political party kind of thing, and is pushing for a third-party system where Robert Kennedy Jr. is running this term or whatever, whenever the term is up. So Nancy Pelosi doesn't like it because usually when you have a third party, it splits the vote. And if that vote is split,
nobody knows who really
the
won.
the lead of the Congress gets to choose who's going to be the president. And since Republicans are or something like that, I read that today. It's the head of the House of Representatives or Congress who gets to choose, or it was another system, another group that ends up getting to choose it, and it's Republicans now. It's led by Republicans, so that's why Nancy Pelosi is against it. But then their basic thing is to have what?
The House is run by Republicans right now.
So it was one of those groups where they're basically saying they're going to just push Trump right back in, because nobody has a good candidate on either side.
No, I guess they
why? I just don't understand that. It's people alive, right? So why is it that it's only those two people that you can choose from?
Those are the only people they're gonna push in your face. There are other people running. We don't know who they are.
The big hair guy, Colin, not Powell.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, man, I don't be knowing no more with this.
Big hair guy, teacher, professor, gray hair.
Oh yeah, Cornel West.
Cornel West. I had to see right, and the W, in Powell. He's running. That's how I remember stuff. He's running for president as well. We'll see. But that's a no label thing. That's all I have for that. Bobby is the little white girl who copied Funny Marco style. Is her name Bobby? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but yeah, because remember
not Bobby Boucher. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
So Funny Marco and this little girl Bobby or this lady Bobby. Funny Marco, if you don't know who he is, he does interviews and he just like messes with people, but not in a mean, malicious way. He just like asking dumb questions and just making an awkward interview. That's what he's doing. She copied his style in some ways, and now she has changed it into a way where she had.
Well, remember before, she was the same girl I was showing you on TikTok.
With the girl Harold, her daughter Harold.
Her daughter Richard.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, me and my daughter Richard.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was funny, and then I see her doing this other shit. I'm like, oh, she done made a whole lane for herself.
Yeah. So she took business style basically. But the way she's doing it because she had one of the Migos on there. Is that Amigo?
I don't know.
And she was like being mean or something like she didn't know him, and he got back at her and ended up embarrassing her. So Funny Marco basically saying that she's doing this to embarrass people and they broke off their thing. Mm-hmm. I put it up to attention is like, listen, black people and people who support black people. If you don't support black people, it's cool.
The same for you.
What I do when I go to people's channels or YouTube stuff, if somebody, even if I don't feel like watching, I usually put a little like on there because it puts us in the algorithm. They already pushes us out the algorithm anyway. Or for certain people podcasts that are friends and I can't actually listen to it, I just cut it on and put my phone to the side and let it just play on low and like it so they can get the views. Because this girl who copied this man's style, who's really funny and he's been doing it, surpassed him when she started doing it. And she's not as good. And it's his original style. So we gotta start supporting more because it's just up to us. That's all I have to say about that. What else we talking about? This biscuit, I can't eat the top of it. It's gonna cut the roof of my mouth. It's like a cracker, but not a cracker. It's not like a saltine cracker. It's like a what's those hard crackers? No, it's like a ginger snap. It's like a ginger snap.
That's not a cracker.
That's a cookie, I know. All right, what we talking about? Flint water. I just wrote stuff down. My bad. I just was writing sentences and throwing words in there. That's my brain. Flint water. I believe they overturned any lawsuits. I'm paraphrasing because I'm trying to remember everything that the citizens had, or any way for them to sue, because they just was like,
so what? You're gonna do it to
yeah. Cuddle biscuits, y'all. It was just like, that's what happened, and nothing's gonna change. Move. I promise you, because I do know I heard that the auto scene is getting is coming back in Detroit. I promise you, once those people leave Flint, the water's going to get cleaned and it's going to be a whole new population there. They're just waiting for them to get out or die. Because it's not just the drinking, it's their water they put on their body, and these kids are getting lead poisoning. Yep. There you go, LaDonna. Keep me on my toes, and I've corrected it so it's spelled correctly now. What the hell is going on? These phones. So yeah. Because a lot of these children, they end up being mentally ill. Parents having children are mentally ill or low birth rates now. Lead causes mental health issues, mentally retarded issues. What is the word?
Just
mental issues.
Mental deficiencies.
There you go. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you. Look at you. So I guess it's time to move up on out of there, people, and figure out how you want to clean your water. Because they ain't gonna do it until you leave. Is it me, or is the camera crooked? Or is this thing crooked? Look at the thing. It's crooked. Or is my eye crooked? I don't know. It's fine for me. It's fine for you?
It works for me.
Okay. Well, if we're crooked, then whatever.
Watch us like this.
United Airlines baseball team.
Huh?
Not their baseball team. I'm just trying to figure out what I wrote. So our baseball team from America. I'm trying to think of who they are, but no, this is what it is. United Airlines has a contract with the ABL, American Baseball League. What is it? What is it? I forget what it is. I can't think of it. MLB. That's what I'm like, what it is. What it is. So Major League Baseball. But because Delta has a contract with the NFL. So what happened with United Airlines, they have this stewardess program where you go through training, and then you go through certain like etiquette ways where you can get training to be able to work with high profile customers or clients or clients. So within this program is these two black ladies who are suing United Airlines. I believe it's United Airlines. For discrimination, because they said it used to be more black people. They passed this program, they've been in it, but slowly but surely they started seeing less and less people look like them, and then they started getting their shift cut. The people who get on these shifts after they go through this training, they get 3 times as much as what a normal stewardess would get. So now these women are not being compensated, and they said the majority of women that's going in there are blonde hair, blue-eyed women. And white, because you can be blonde hair and blue-eyed, not be white. So they have a lawsuit with United Airlines, I believe, because of that discrimination. What do you think?
I think if they can prove it, great.
Yeah, they were part of the program,
But if they just like numbers went down, less people applied. But I mean, as long as you can prove it, I say great. But if you can't, like.
I understand on both sides, because if you can have a preference of what you want, but because United Airlines is a public commercial airline, you kind of can't just go by that. You have to go by laws.
Yeah, you're right. But also, like, if we're doing what I'm doing for my private clients, and my private clients request no darkies, what I'm going to do?
Gee, Paul. Where you get along about the darkies?
Everybody don't like them.
So yeah, I can see it on both sides, but you can't do that and expect. Well, then, like I said, if they don't want to support that, or they want to discriminate in that way. But what if it was on the other end? What if it was some people who were just like, look, we just want some big booty chicks. And
that's all it was hiring. Then like those, I'm just saying, then that's who you
would
hire.
It be okay if you started the program where it's always been that way, but if it
I don't
hasn't
think
always
it's
been
okay
that way,
at all. I don't think it's okay. I'm just saying, what if that's what's going on? Like, you got to cater to the client. That's customer service, right?
yeah, I would think that I would say that in one way, but then by law it is discrimination.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not discrimination.
So
Discrimination happens all the
all
time.
the time, you just
And-
gotta be like, all right. But
and
all right,
we
the only
just-
thing I would say is they should compensate them for their money loss. If they never were accepted into the program, just be like, what up, F y'all. But if you were in there and you was part of this program, you did everything that you needed to do, and now you're like, no, all right, well, you gotta keep me at this pay rate. I think that's fair.
I do too. But
So-
I mean, if like you only get that when you're on that, because I mean, football season, baseball season, that shit ain't all year round.
I thought baseball was all year round.
They just play a lot of games.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like 180 something.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's 100. That's half the year.
Sometimes they play 2 in a day, double
Yeah.
headers, and they got to
You
make
are
up
right.
when they got to make up for a rainy day or something.
Throat cancer on the rise from.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Not really. No, we don't tell people about that. Get out of here.
I just want to say how it's proper.
No.
Okay,
no.
I apologize. We won't
No.
be talking about that, people.
No,
Find
that's-
out about it for yourself.
Yeah.
So, A Real Housewife of New York, one of those shows. She.
Something wrong. I'm sorry. You want something? I know everybody's seen me looking away. I'm ordering
You
food
hungry.
right now because my stomach is growling. That
Um,
biscuit made me hungry, but I didn't
Give
want
me
that
a
biscuit.
shorty ogie, cheese ogie. One of the little ones, a normal one, and some chips. So she her name is Ramona something. I don't know. I don't watch that
African?
show. No, not from Real Housewife of New York City.
Well, she had to go somewhere.
Yeah, she had to go. She couldn't come back to Philly. She got fired from her job because she was saying the N-word, that she was accused of saying the N-word on set to a black person. So she's probably one of those people like, I can say nigger when I want to say it because I'm not saying it with the hard ER. It's the A. Like, we're cool. Like, we're rappers.
I didn't call anybody.
No,
I was just saying.
I'm just saying it.
Like, that's what happened to Papa John. Ask Papa
He
John.
said,
Ask Papa John about
saying
that.
it. I just can't stop saying it. It's so hard to stop saying it.
He said, "Why can't I say it? It's
They
just the
say
word. They say it. They call each
So-
other nigger. I don't want to."
Then she made other comments where she said that black people don't have fathers in their lives. I wish they stopped that narrative because statistically it's wrong.
Yeah.
Black men are more likely to be in their
I said
children's
double
lives
meat
more
hoagies. Why I
than
don't see cheese?
many other men in other cultures. But to just say that. So she got fired from her job. She probably won't be on the Housewives of New York, which I don't think is on anymore. I don't know. But I brought that up because this lady is somebody, I think she did like charity for different African events or something like that, or people. And you find these people who are, they call themselves liberal, and those are the worst people. They're worse than just regular old racists because they hide behind a way of saying like, no, I'm cool, so I have these allowances. Or no, I didn't mean it that way. You know me. And you're like, yeah, somebody would never do something like that or say something like that.
What kind of cheese?
So what you think about the lady and why I picked this thing?
I'm sorry, I was ordering food.
So the lady called people to say the N-word and said black people don't have fathers. I don't know how we got here. Yes, black women are magnificent. We are the bee's knees, the cocktail of all cocktails.
I was gonna say the what? What? I don't think you can say that.
Thousand Island dressings. I don't know. But currently we're not producing babies just
Asexually.
You know, I know we're everything, but you take that off our backs. So we do have fathers.
Yeah, and statistically speaking, black men spend more time in their children's life than any other man. Married, unmarried, with or without the mother, black men spend more time in their children's life.
Taking them to school and
changing diapers and just actually being a father.
Yes, being a father. Yes, being there. So that's statistics. That's y'all statistics.
That's statistics. Yeah,
So,
that's what y'all like to throw in our face all the time.
Can't say nothing about that. All right, go on to the next subject.
You got my phone.
I do have your phone. Can you give me my toppings? So you don't know my toppings. Here, look at this. And since we can't talk about the bottom thing because you're being mean,
No.
Parking requirements for developments. That's why I put that there because
I read that earlier. I'm like, what does that mean?
I'm interested in this because normally when you have a developing property, you have to provide a certain amount of space for parking.
I've noticed that
they're
not doing that in my neighborhood as they're turning every house into a duplex or triplex, or they turn the corner store that I used to go to into an apartment building. It's not open yet.
Yeah.
But like they didn't make parking for all them people. Ain't that much room on Germantown Avenue. Plus, there's a school across the street from there.
It used to have to be that way.
Yeah. Like if you couldn't zone for it, if you couldn't have
provide parking. Not anymore. Well, I know in Chicago they took the law away. I don't see it here in Philadelphia, but Philadelphia does whatever it wants to do because they have muscle. I think that's all I wanted. But yeah, so I was just thinking that was very curious. So are people going to stop driving more? Because if they're looking at it that way, there's not going to be as many cars on the road because we talked about the electric car thing as well. Yeah. Are they like forcing? Because if you don't have parking,
this new generation so lazy though.
Yeah, they don't want to drive.
I don't think they want to drive. They're not. I don't see them like really being in the cars or like even caring. They just want to get where they're going and be in their phone the whole time.
Phones, you're right. So that is the new model. You don't have to worry about having all these parking areas because most people aren't going to be driving. And
that's what they did in New York. They just started making everything go up, and then everybody stopped driving because it's too congested.
Mm-hmm. Because they have in most apartments that they're creating now, they don't look like old apartment buildings. They have the laundry in there. They have a gym. And they have a little market, and sometimes you'll get a nail salon or a little cuttery or a haircut, something like that there. So you really don't ever have to leave your house or your apartment to get anything.
Well, that's what do anything. The big thing that they just built on Germantown Avenue, like it's apartments above a grocery store.
Yeah, doing stuff like that because they did that with the down where the Aldi's is.
And then they do it on South Street too.
And then you have gyms, and so you don't really have to go anywhere. And then you
but
also
at least
have
they built a damn parking lot too, though.
Yeah, you have these center rooms where you can have people come for parties and stuff, so you don't even have to go outside of your house for that either. So I guess that's where we're going, where people won't be driving. I don't like to drive anyway. I like it.
I think that'll be great because then I can be out there just driving comfortably because I ain't got to worry about all y'all fools out there.
I still don't want to drive, but
I don't mind driving.
Oh, I despise it. Oh, you demon! Oh, I don't like to drive. It's like not fun at all.
You gotta pay attention. It depends on what you drive. You gotta pay attention in life.
No, not really. I mean, listen here. You can enjoy more when you're walking or you're not driving or you're just being. When you're driving, you have to focus so much on what other people doing.
You can feel connected to the car and then connected to the road and then just be one with center your cheek.
No. Yep. No. All right, so let's get to this question. What do you think about men being in nail salons? So men going to get their pedicures done or getting a manicure, and I don't want you to go on your personal.
No. What I'm saying is, I personally I'm good. I can file my own nails, and I just need them to be round.
But what if
But for those guys who feel less necessary, where else are they supposed to go?
That's what I'm saying. Well, shouldn't there be like nail salons for them to go to?
There will be eventually. Look, man, I seen a dude put makeup on TV, and he wasn't trying to be. I don't know if he was gay or not. He might have been gay. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But like he was just trying to hide the blemishes on his face, and I'm just like,
might beat him up, or you just have blemishes.
Yeah.
Why y'all? You could show your blemishes, man. That's sexy because we be like, oh, he got a hard face. He's strong. He can protect me. But you know what I mean? All that little cute stuff.
But he got a hard face stuff. Like people been beating on it. How much protected he going to? He's a decoy while you run away. I'm gonna take all these punches. You get out of here.
Yeah, something like that. Like you're gonna be protected. You're not gonna get hit. So I mean, stop doing all that pretty stuff because that's not even that attractive. What's somebody rough? Because we like, hey, he could wrestle a bear.
Well, you already did. Poor bear.
But okay, so if they would like, I don't mind. Well, I just this is my thoughts. Men don't belong in nail salons like women don't belong in barbershops because these are different spaces for people, men to be men and women to be women and have certain conversations that not everybody, both either gender, needs to be a part of. Also, I come from a class of men where they don't like to say certain cuss words around women or talk about certain subjects around women. So they don't feel comfortable just being in the barbershop because it's a woman there because they're constantly like, oh, excuse me, or oh, never mind, or I'll be back. Like they get really frustrated because they can't be free in an environment where they need to have a brotherhood or be free.
F them bees.
Yeah, because they're like,
she gonna tell the bees. And we said F them.
And the same as in the women's space. We talk about women's stuff, and a lot of things men don't need to know that women talk about because they think of it as a certain way, and they don't need to know everything that we talk about.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah, because it taints you about the person, or you become like have a certain bias. Or
and half the time it just be bullshit.
It just be talk.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, and this for me extends for anybody who is gay or lesbian or feels like a man or feels like a woman. It's still a certain energy or synergy that should stay in the same place where, because no matter what, if you're a woman who feels like a man, you still get cramps. You're not going in the barbershop talking about cramps. You still want to have that conversation or that relationship with someone who can relate to it, or certain things. So we're always going to have we need our own space to be in, and I believe men need their own space to be in. That's why I used to love being in the barbershop, because they get me in and out. Like I never have to sit in the barbershop and wait because
when ladies come in the barbershop, if they're getting a haircut, they usually
in and out. Go to a hair salon, you in there for 2 days. And you still ain't get your hair dried. And then you gotta get it washed again. Nope. So and I do think I like a manicured man. I prefer them to do it themselves or be the one that does it for them. I know someone, he's probably not watching this. If you are watching this, hey. That does the whole like metrosexual kind of stuff. That's not attractive to me. I like a man who's a man. And my child is texting me. Why do children do this? Why don't they put the text in one whole text? She sends me 12 texts that's in one sentence all together. And they be so quick. Like you could have wrote this whole thing out. You text so fast. And then I try to respond to it, and I text slow.
And you got 8 more messages before you get the first
then you're like, oh, I can't answer this because this don't make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense compared to the last thing you said. Yeah.
But for me personally, what is attracted to me, which smells like a man, is someone that possibly have calluses on his hands. Or what is she?
You smell them calluses? Ooh, that stink. They probably blister.
It's pheromones that come off the calluses. Who probably, a little
calluses. Rough. You smell it?
A little rough. Your calluses stink.
I don't smell. It smell like skin to me.
I know a man is in the room. Just a little roughness when they too pretty and too like, oh, I can't get this dirty and stuff like that. It's like, I'll beat you up. Something inside of a woman says, I'll beat you up. Even though they know they can't beat you physically, it's still something that is inside them like, shut up, I'll beat you up. And that's why women say
that to everybody anyway. And then
No, they don't say that to a man. when you smell a man, you would never say, I'll beat you up. You just be like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whatever.
Yes, sir. But yeah, you gotta smell like a man. You can't smell all pretty because that woman's not gonna really respect you. She's
What
gonna
does
run
pretty
all over
smell
you.
like?
Pretty smells like matching socks. If you wear matching socks, man, you're too pretty. No, I'm just saying you can wear matching socks. What would be pretty for a man? Who doesn't know how to fix anything.
That's pretty.
That's too pretty.
Pretty is not fixing things.
Yeah, if you don't know how to fix nothing, you too pretty. What else is too pretty for a man? If you don't belch, you too pretty. Because I know some men they try to cover that up. It's like, what are you doing? No, it's okay. It's like, hey, you cover it up, but like, that's not. Did you see that? That's not manly for me. You know, I can see a man pulling his handkerchief out with all the boogies on it. And just that's disgusting, but that's manly, and it smells like a man. What is pretty? What else is pretty? Like what a man can do that's pretty. And I know a lot of men are afraid of mice because when I grew up, I used to have to pick up the mice traps.
Oh man, I worked with this guy named Tommy Hearns. I'm gonna tell you.
His name is Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, because he used to call himself the Hitman. Nobody else called him that, but he called himself the Hitman.
Yeah.
And, we was working in a really dirty store. This was back in the 90s. And there was customers in the store. And I looked at under one of our tables, there was a mouse. And he was half dead. He must have ate the poison and then ran out on the floor because you could tell like he wasn't trying to get away. He was just trying to survive. And I'm like, yo, Tom, we need to get that off. We need to get that off the floor. He said, get what off the floor? And he turned and looked like he was gonna go pick something up. He grabbed his little shopping cart. It was like, call maintenance. I was like, he's scared. I'm behind the counter. I'm nowhere even near it.
You know, a lot of men who are afraid of mice.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not.
Look,
I can touch mice in pet stores. I can touch roaches. I can touch all that stuff. But the common house mouse.
He got diseases.
He got diseases. He got the nasty
I like the nice little
disease.
white mice in the pet store. The one they breed just to be a pet. Not that one that was born just to be a mouse.
I don't like them, and I like that. But I used to be the one that had to pick them up in the house with the mouse trap things.
Yeah,
because they were scared.
Wow, what's it going to do to you?
I don't know.
I'll tell you the truth though. Like I'm not scared of mice. I don't fuck with rats because they're aggressive.
They're aggressive.
Also, I've learned that I don't like squirrels. Nope, I had one in my house, and it took me 2 or 3 hours to get that motherfucker out. And I found out squirrels growl. I don't know if y'all know that, but squirrels growl when they mad.
All them little. Remember, my cat was growling like a whole.
You ever see them
ghost?
Old cartoons where they chasing something around the house and they swing and they fuck the whole house up? Well, look, I locked it in my room with me because when I couldn't get it to go back out the window. He just wouldn't go back out. He would get on the ledge. He would look. And I'm like, I don't even know how you got up here. Like,
he was like, I don't know how I did either.
But I'm here now. I ain't going back out there. Yeah, so I had a tennis racket in one hand and a baseball bat in the other hand. And that little motherfucker just jumped.
Because they scurry so fast. I'm swinging.
I done hit the wall. I almost knocked my TV down. Like, it was bad. And I'm in there out of breath. Like, and then I remember, like, I have a real high-powered BB gun. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this. So I went, look, I got the CO2. I loaded that thing up. I cocked it back. And I hit him twice. Pop, pop. I'm trying to look at this.
He Matrix for you?
No, he got hit.
Oh.
And then he just growled at me. I was like, so I had to regroup.
We don't know what all animals sound like.
I had to regroup. So like we was locked in the room together. I locked the door, locked him in there by himself. And I'm like, all right.
He just growled at me.
Do I want to load my real gun? Because I'm about to shoot this squirrel.
You would be like, pow, pow, pow. That's scary though, because they so tiny.
But after I caught my breath and I went back in there, I said, no. Then I didn't know where it was when I went back in there.
What you got it in?
So I had
You
to
turned
start-
around, he was like, ah.
And that's what I was afraid of. So I'm in there making all this noise till it ran out again. I'm like, all right.
But you was going like one of these.
yeah. Shut up.
Oh, man,
Kicking
that's
the
hilarious.
nightstand, pushing the bed till he ran out. And then, but like the TV I had was new, and that's why I was mad.
I'm
Almost
not.
broke. The box was still in the room. He jumped in that box. I closed that box and ran downstairs and just threw him out with the whole box.
You lucky he ain't come back. He ain't like those crows. Crows come back and kill you.
Crows don't forget. They will literally raise their young if
To
you live
remember.
in to remember and to not fuck with you or to like
To
shit
get
on.
you.
And you can also train them to steal money.
Yeah, they steal money too. They do that in
There
certain
was a
countries.
guy that they'll feed the crows and feed the ravens, and they will bring them tourist money or any like they will go like downtown, and when you like go to pay somebody, they will swoop in and like seagulls come and steal your food. They will come snatch the money out your hand and fly away.
That's crazy.
And they doing it all for bird feed. I'm like, I gotta get me some ravens.
That's why I want some birds to do
I'm
my
like,
carrier
Michael-
mail.
I'm like, Mike Tyson got it all wrong. Fuck pigeons.
You don't know. He probably sending secrets to Russia.
Yeah, fuck sending secrets. You can get them to steal
He don't want
money.
nobody. He's not a thief. He's an honorable man.
He's not honorable.
He is. He did his time. When you do your time, pay the crime, do the time. Pay the crime and do the time. Whatever the words
I
are.
don't
You're
even
not
believe half the stuff they said he did. But like,
he didn't do that. But he has a good heart.
I don't know about that.
He has a good heart. He's a good person.
No, I think he's a deviant.
That's not nice.
I didn't say not like a pervert, but I think he's a deviant. Like
No.
I think he likes trouble and likes to cause trouble.
No, see, some people, okay, so you can look at it on two different sides. He's someone who is an attractor of conflict.
No, I think he
And-
looks for conflict.
No, because he attracts
It's
it.
one thing when you attract conflict. I attract conflict with my mouth. I'm
Because
not
you
looking
look for it.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
looking
do.
for
You
it. I just-
you love
I
it.
see-
Don't you love conflict?
I
Don't
do
it feel
love-
good to you? You do. You want to confront something so bad. You want to be able to just sell somebody and beat somebody up. That's what you want to do. Constantly all day long. So you are.
I think
and you
everybody
are
kind of feels that way to an
no,
extent.
No,
Everybody
no,
feels that
no,
way to an
no,
extent.
No, Mike Tyson. No.
But no, I
Mike.
think he acts on it. I don't act on it.
Because you had some help. He has it.
Yes, he has. I'm sure he's been through
Now,
therapy.
his background is a lot different than yours, so he needs a lot more than
Yeah.
what you. But you and him the same. You
Yeah,
look,
that's-
you want it. You thirst. You hunger for conflict and confrontation. But you have learned how to lock that demon up inside you.
To an extent, but I think
But you have
everybody
you have
wants to
a-
confront a problem they have. Nobody wants to run from their problems.
No, you want to confront, not your problems, not the world's problems. Just confront That's
the
what you wanna
problems.
do.
If there's something wrong, you need to fix it.
You just want to confront, even if it's not wrong. Hey, let's confront
A
today.
lot of stuff is wrong that people don't think is wrong.
Oh goodness. But yeah. So Mike Tyson is a good person.
Oh
Anyway,
wow!
back
Look at
to-
all the comments with this.
Hi. You got your family up in here.
Oh.
But the other thing, back to the men's. Oh, so what do you think? Okay, because I say my pretty list. What would be considered what did y'all consider pretty boys when y'all was younger? The ones that you come from close to Mount Airy. Those are where the pretty boys they
Oh.
stinky though.
I've been called that before.
I bet you was. I know you was a pretty boy. He was a pretty boy. He's
No.
a boy. Yes, he was a pretty boy. When you
So
told
what
me
did
how
you
I used to be going around looking, he was a pretty boy. I would have never. I would
You'd
have
have done whatever he was
"Ugh."
told, like everybody
Nah.
else.
The way he described himself when he was younger, he sounded like somebody where I was like, oh, yeah.
He don't sound like a man.
Yeah. I was like, he
He don't stink
He's a-
enough for me.
he's afraid of mice. His socks match.
My socks
but,
definitely did match, and they still
but-
do.
Pretty boy. But what
They come out the same pack.
okay, tell him some of your pretty boy ways.
I don't have pretty boy ways.
Well, when
I
you were
never
younger.
considered myself that.
Well, why did they consider you a pretty boy back then?
For being clean and not dirty.
No, it was more stuff.
For being clean and not dirty.
But what is considered a pretty boy?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So do you agree that men should, like a man, if you met a man who didn't know how to fix nothing?
I don't met that. I just call him useless.
Why y'all allowing this other men
And
to
that
don't
ain't
know
got
how to
nothing-
fix stuff?
that don't got
Y'all
nothing to
should
do
not
with me.
allow it.
That
Yes,
don't
it
got
does.
nothing
You
to-
should not allow it in your
How-
company. Because if you around people who don't know how to fix stuff, you're gonna be looked at as somebody who's not know how to fix her either.
All right, my main
Y'all need
friend,
to
my
hold
main
people
friend
accountable.
who don't know how to fix stuff.
Mhm.
Like he works in the medical field. That's what he knows. That's what his
No, it's
expertise
not
is.
acceptable. That's like when men with like a woman saying, "Oh, I want to go to work, but now I can't do my womanly duties." That's not acceptable. You still gotta be a woman in the household. And men, I don't care if you become the Joe Biden, you better wake yourself up and
did.
and
I thought we
fix
already
that washing
determined that
machine.
man was dead. Would you stop talking ill of the dead?
That's just how I feel about for me, a man. If you don't know how to fix nothing and you bring another man up here, you know how to fix something. It's something about the pheromones that come off of somebody who's it's like, hey, I know how to use a hammer, versus somebody who knows how to do a spreadsheet. Just saying, man, keep that vicious, that animalistic rah in there, and make women love you. Because I'm telling you, women are tougher than y'all, or we're meaner as well. So if
Y'all
we figure
meaner. I
out
don't
we're
know if y'all
tougher in
tougher.
many ways. Y'all may be physically tougher, but we tougher in many ways. We will, if you give us an inch, we will go run
Y'all say
all
that's
the
not
way over.
enough. Oh, that's all you got.
We will run all the way over, and if they can get in there and think that you weak in any kind of way, a woman will burrow their way in there and rip your insides out and make you their slave. Just letting you know that, fellas. So be manly. Pick up a hammer. Don't hit the woman with it. Even if it's one of those little pack hammer sets that we had when we was kids.
Oh, you don't want that.
You just like, hey, I'm just figuring out how I'm gonna make these cabinets work. You know, you do that, and then she be like, oh, look at him. Look at him.
Whatever.
So I wanted to bring this up because we brought up the last week when the lady told the guy told the lady that he won't move in with anybody until he's ready to get married, and then she started thinking they was getting married.
Yeah.
So it was this lady. I was watching some show. She was dating this man. She thought they was like monogamous, but he was seeing other people. And then she said, well, I thought he was monogamous. He was like, no, I've been seeing other people. And then she was like, well, and then he was like, well, you want to get married? And she was like,
Did she ask him if he was going to stop seeing other people? Because one thing ain't got nothing to do with another than some dudes. I still marry you. I'm not going to stop seeing them.
She didn't ask that. She was like, I was still mad at him, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, you say that to all the girls.
No, like what is wrong with you? Like listen to what people are saying to you and believe it. Men aren't that complex. They don't lie that well. They're not that complex.
Exactly. So that was his way of saying, you're the one who I really want to be with. Yes, I date all these other women, but
yes,
I didn't know you wanted to be
going to date these other women. Now,
but
yes,
you can be my wife.
But I'm going to marry you.
Because you're the one I want to keep. They rotate.
They rotate. They gonna go in and out, but you're gonna stay.
But I want to keep around.
And then she's like, I just don't trust him. You should trust him because he told you what's gonna happen. Ladies, listen to what these men say. Stop trying to think you can change them and make them into something
or stop
else.
trying to interpret what they say.
Yeah. Yes.
They're not that smart.
Yes.
They're not speaking in code.
Not in code.
We don't speak in
very
code.
Direct. And if they are trying to speak in code and go around, they're going to sound really stupid.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you're lying.
What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why you ask that?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, those stalling questions while I think of an answer to the dumbass question.
Yeah, why they looking dumb?
Yeah. Huh?
So just believe what they're saying. And if you need clarity, ask right then and there. Don't make no assumptions about what they're saying because it's going to be the total opposite of what they meant.
No, it's going to be exactly what they told you, and they're going to look at you like, no, what I said was this: A, B, and C. Where D and Q come from?
Yeah. So stop that because there's a lot of heartache that's going to happen.
Well, no, because if you do B, I have to do Q and C because that's what I be think. No, nobody said nothing about that shit.
We think really very, very differently. Like very, very differently. And we have to respect each other's thoughts. And we can't keep expecting men to be like, okay, well, to think the way we think, and we don't take in turn that they think differently, and we try to look at it on their side.
And that's why when you learn how a woman think, you learn what questions to ask. And when you really want to piss them off, you just say what you want to eat. Without a suggestion. See, I already told her I was calling Wawa. And my girl, I knew, don't just say you hungry because you might eat. No, and then
I ain't saying no. I'm like,
you said no. I just
buy
ate a
me
biscuit.
something. I got 3
No,
more.
just get me something from wherever you getting something from.
Yeah, I got 3.
No, I don't want nothing from there.
I got 3 other biscuits. Y'all hear that, Sam?
They was all in there that long?
It's not a drum.
Oh, the rest of them done dried out. You got to eat them hot. Like the other ones, they're going to turn to ash.
It's a scone now. It's a scone. I could probably write.
No, it's a stone now.
I could probably write like chocolate on it.
Probably.
Or can I crumble it into like croutons? I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know how to bake, as you can see.
Maybe, but they would still have that burnt taste from the outside part. You gonna scrape all that off first?
It's not burnt. It's Cajun. So, okay, have you ever had
blackened biscuits? Southern blackened biscuits.
I think I asked you this last time, but I'm not sure. Did you ever have any mix-ups like that where somebody made an assumption about what you said?
All the time with women. Especially even the ones I work with.
Give me an example.
I say do this and I write a list, right? And they be like, I thought you meant to finish and then do. No, it specifically said on the list what the fuck to do. Yeah. And then you're retarded ass because you didn't want to do it. You thought your way out. You made something up. Yeah.
Men do that too at ways. Men do that to deny the situation.
But it's usually a man a woman that's done that two or three times. Like, oh, this the game we playing. I'm gonna do it too. I'm waiting for my chance. I'm waiting for my chance to be stupid.
Yeah,
because you can't call me on it. Because you stupid too.
I gotta stop that. But all right, back to my question to you. In a relationship outside of like work or something, in a relationship my question is basically
women always
in a situation?
Women always try to read into what you mean instead of what you're just saying. Like, well, what does he mean? Mm-hmm. No, I meant what I fucking said. Mm-hmm. That's not mean.
He's really, really mean. That's how he talks to women all the time.
Is that
and I'm like, oh my gosh, Anthony, I was just saying good morning. He'd be like, did you hear what I fucking said? And I'm like,
because I said good morning first, and she gonna tell you good morning like I ain't say it first.
No, I don't even do that.
like she didn't hear my good morning first, so mine was irrelevant. So you had to drown me out with the loud sarcastic one.
Conflict.
No, we're gonna settle this right now. That's all it is. That's all it is. We're gonna settle, and then once you settle it, everybody exhales and you move on. However, it's settled. After it's settled, you exhale.
All right. Anyway, stop evading my question. I want more in-depth answer.
I don't have an example because it happens frequently from women. Yes, like women always. Anytime I open my mouth, it's like he ain't mean that. No, that's what the fuck I said.
Nah, I can see that when dealing with that's why, like I said, I have I've said it multiple times. I have multiple male friends because it's very simple. Were we looking at something, or did we said how relationships with men and men are versus women
and women?
Because women have an expectation of what was it?
If as a woman you need to bring like some kind of value to her friendship. Mm-hmm. Some kind of, whether you're validating her one way or another, you have to bring. And men want the exact opposite. You don't have to bring shit with you. Like
just
I like hanging with you. Yeah, like I don't expect shit from you, like you don't expect shit from me.
We just here getting away from life and just enjoying something
we hanging
together.
out.
But that's what I see with
I don't
women.
care
You
if
have to
I-
be careful
Yeah.
with the words that you say.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I just gave
No,
up
if my friend say
on-
something stupid, I'm like, you
That's
stupid.
stupid. And then it's fine, and you get past it.
No, if they
Or
upset,
they get mad and walk
yeah,
away.
no, like what you mean, and then you talk it out. You say, this is why I was stupid. Or you fight it out, like,
Yeah,
because you
either way.
stupid. And then
you
he
do that.
swing, and then you dip it, and then
But it gets squashed, and you
yeah,
move on from it.
exactly.
I find that in relationships with women that you have to walk on eggshells mostly because it's
Because
always
you don't know what the
because
fuck they
you don't know
need.
because then even if they respond poorly to you, then it's like, well, I had a bad day. It's always an excuse to why they were able to be
no
behave
accountability
poorly.
for it. Yeah.
And you're supposed to just forgive it and be okay with it, and then because I was this way and now you're being they like to turn it back on you, where it's like now you're being insensitive to how I feel, and it's like, well, how did we get here?
I know a bunch of women that hang with Busta Rhymes. Like, flip mode is the greatest. Anytime somebody back into a corner, you just flip it on them, play the victim, and they did it to you.
Or the tone in the conversation can be the same while you're agreeing with them. But the tone, I mean, voices and everything will be the same if you disagree with them. Then it's like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, I've been talking to you the same way the whole time
until
but now I don't agree with you.
Because you hear me differently.
So,
I swear.
And I also find that you have to agree with them. If somebody has a different point of view or a different thought, it's taboo because then you're like shunned or something. It's terrible. It's hard.
Wow.
They have relationships with women. Because it's just so much and it's so draining because it's so like the thing was saying, like dumping your emotional baggage on people. Like we can have great times too. You don't have to always call when it's bad moments. Like call when it's joyful. Like it's so I remember one time someone was something great happened to someone I knew. And they were talking about, they didn't even really talk about it, just mentioned it. And then they went on to talk about some other like sad stuff. And I was like, but tell me more about the stuff. And they was like, I don't want to brag. I was like, brag. It's okay, brag. I want to hear good things instead of hearing all the terrible shit. Let's talk about good things. And then I'll talk about some good things. And we can both, or women want to talk about their good things. But if you mention your good things, and it's like, well, you're trying to upstage me. And you're like, no, this is good talking time. It's too much pressure. Men are easier to be around. They're simpler. They smell good.
Like calluses.
On that note, we're getting up out of here. It's Liz.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This hour went pretty quick.
Yeah.
You crazy.
You crazy. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
Everyone have a great Friday evening, a great weekend, and a great week next week. And happy November. It's No Shave November. Are you going to not shave?
I got a haircut today.
Shave.
Oh, well, I'm not cutting this again until probably my birthday when it gets warm outside. Okay. Winter coat.
I won't be shaving either, so I will have a beard soon too. No. So yeah, everybody have a shut up. Everybody have a great week. Let me show y'all this biscuit. Yeah, I crunched it up as much as I could. All right, take care, everyone. Bye. We're almost out.